Hi, hello, and welcome to another week of new makeup items. And I don't know if I look a little bit too light, but right now the sun is just laser pointing right at me, which is weird because, like, every time before I start filming, it's like gloomy and foggy outside. And then I start the camera and it's like, boom, sun. But I also have to let the window a little bit open here. I do have a little bit of a thing light going on. I think that makes it a bit better. But just ignore it and just live with the fact, because you are here because you want to hear me talk about the new makeup releases. And honestly, let's just get right into this. We have new stuff from Urban Decay, and when I just look at the packaging, when I look at the way this is photographed, I sense that this is, yet again, just like the 4-pan palette, the blue one, the Moondust Icy one, an Asian exclusive release. These are the lip glaze oils in 7 shades: Skims, Gossip Red, High Street, Boba Orange. Honestly, Boba Orange, that is going to be Asian. Milk Tea and Cherry. Although Trendmood says coming soon on their website and retailers, Trendmood likes to say this also with every single release where they do not have a release date. Plus, I just went through the swatches, the screenshots here that she has posted. The names are, I think it's Chinese written, so honestly, I don't know what is going on with Urban Decay, but all the cool releases that we might enjoy, they are always released now just Asian exclusive. Like the Icy Moondust. Honestly, the photos we got, I think in January or February, and people were like, oh my fucking god, give me this quad. Still nothing, and as far as I know, this is truly just Asian coded and it will not release in the rest of the world. And we hate that here in this community, because the Western world gets all the boring shit like their sculpted bullshit palettes, or another re-release of a naked palette, or another naked bullshit that nobody's asking for. But this cool thing, this beautiful, this more out there quad with the icy blues in the Moondust formula that actually we here in the Western world love too, that's not going to be released here. No, 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 no. So Urban Decay, learn to read your market, honestly. Moving on to Natasha Denona. Oh boy. These are the eye sculpt, texture, and tone palettes, and they come in 2 versions. We have a soft and a dramatic. I don't understand that, because honestly, to me, one is neutral cool and the other is neutral warm. Neither of these is soft or dramatic, because I think you can go really soft with the dramatic one and you can go very dramatic with the soft one. So I don't get this. I see who the targeted audience is for this, and while the collector in me is like, I need to have it, the realistic makeup loving person in me is saying like, Ella, you will not use these. You will use each of these palettes 3 times. And that is for review purposes. And the rest of the year and the rest of your life, these palettes will stay untouched. This is a palette release. Both of these palettes is something I would buy in a Sephora event here in Germany when eyeshadow palettes are discounted up to 40%. Sometimes this happens, and in a sale like that, for example, I was able to grab the Roxa palette. I know I say it wrong, don't come at me, for I think 40 euro instead of 72, because there were like sales going on that I was able to stack something, all that. So that is something I would then buy. At the same moment, I would have to declutter, to be honest, all their companion palettes, because both of these, in my opinion, are companion palettes. I do like the formula. Again, I see who this is for, but I have to say that right now, this is not for me. This is not what I'm looking for. I am still waiting for a true cool tone palette from Natasha Denona in the style of the I need a warm, I need a nude. We need the I need a cold. It's time for the whole like Christmas releases and holiday sets, and the first one is this time Too Faced that we have here with their Christmas collection. They have value sets like every year, and I want to specifically talk about the palette that you see here in the center. This is the Fairy Tale Crush Blush and Highlighter palette with 4 full-size products, and basically you have 2 of the Cloud Crush blushes. You have 1 Moon Crush highlighter in Happily Ever After, and then a cream blush in Candy Clouds. I want to admit, this palette, I mean, you see it here on the swatches. I'm interested in this face palette, and I don't know. Okay, it's not available yet, at least here in Germany, but once this lands, if this is not heavy overpriced, I will probably get this. I know that a lot of people, they do really enjoy the Too Faced, the blush crushes. They, or Cloud Crush blushes. Oh boy, these names. A lot of people love these, but I was a bit hesitant on buying them because I have so many blushes. But if this comes in a good value in this face palette, honestly, this is something that I consider buying this year. I'm still waiting for their special fall or Christmas palette. Like last year, we had the Aptly in Love. So hopefully we get something cool in the tin packaging this year too. But so far, this is all that we know. And I'm honest with you, the face palette is something that I actually think of buying. Moving on to Isamaya Beauty. We are back with eyeshadow palettes. We talked about a sneak peek that we had a while ago where she showed the layout, but now we have them here, the Core 1 and the Core 2. And I do want to mention that while some people said, oh my god, we were so right, the industrial palettes are back. They are not back. These are not the industrial palettes. They are different. And I'm sorry to inform you, but these shades are slightly different. When there was that sneak peek that we had, it was basically a concept layout of the palettes with the shade names in there. And I did a in-depth shade breakdown. The shades are different. It's not the same as in Industrial 1 and 2. They are a little bit mixed up with each other, but there are also new shades added that neither in Industrial 1 or 2 were in there. Personally, I am very, very excited for this. So I cannot actually wait to try them. I ordered both of the palettes within their the launch of this. By the way, even in the description of the palette, it says, is Core 1.0 the same as the original Industrial 1 palette? And it says, not exactly. Core 1 builds on Industrial 1 with 4 new shades alongside cold favorites, perfected and upgraded formulas and performance. And I assume I will get the same info when I look at the FAQ of the Core 2. No, we don't. Okay, that is interesting. That I didn't know. The Core 2, here it says, yes, Core 2 contains the exact same pigments as Industrial 2, an iconic palette restored for a new generation of creativity. Okay, I take that back, but I was not wrong. It's not the same palette at the end. I am honestly very excited when this lands to compare them because we have pictures here of the palette and we have pictures of not swatches, but like concept drops of the pigments. It's not swatched on skin. I'm sorry, but it looks different. This is not looking like the Industrial 2, but again, I am very, very excited for this. I can't wait to dig in, and honestly, I am happy how they did this. Some people are criticizing, I saw this from some people, like, why do they destroy the iconic design of the Industrial? 2 reasons. when Isamaya French did her brand, in the very first launch with the Industrial One, there were a lot of videos and explanations from her, and in one of her videos where she broke down every single piece of item that was in the Industrial One collection, she said her vision for the brand is to have fashion-inspired capsule collections, and that means once the items of a certain collection are sold out, they are sold out. They will not be reproduced. And that is with this design, with naked 3D printed Isamaya here on top of Industrial 1 and Industrial 2. Once they were sold out, there was no restock. For Industrial 1, I know that the sales were very, very slow, and there was like certain restocks with different retailers, yes. And I understand that, honestly, that this collection was not doing very well because the quality of Industrial 1 is not that good. So I'm very excited that we will get with the Core 1 a new, better performance palette, because with Industrial 1 there were these two putty shades, Diesel and Leather, I think. Awful shades, so fucking bad. So I hope the putty shades are not included with this. And Industrial 2 is just a freaking dream. This sold out and didn't come back because it is a capsule collection. I think there was like one restock, and within that, did I buy this in the restock or did I buy this initially? I don't know, but I bought it very, very fast and I'm very happy. So I ordered both of the palettes. So once they arrive, I will do looks with the palette, I will compare this, and all I need to know from you, do you want to have a video where I combine everything? Do you want to have a Industrial 1 or a Core 1 and Core 2 focused palette? If I make both in one video, I think it will be 2 looks with each. Or 3 looks. You tell me at the end. What do you want to see? Or do you want to have like completely split up videos, which I think wouldn't make sense. I have to think about this. The palettes are a little bit of a pre-order moment, so even within the 48-hour early access order, I immediately got an email that due to the high demand, this is a small pre-order and shipping begins maybe in the next 10 days. So mine hasn't shipped yet, but I think it will do very soon, so I'm very excited for this. Moving on to what is the next that we have here in my list. It's Fenty. So Fenty Beauty has also their holiday collection and holiday sets. Usually in the holiday collection, you have different items that are basically tested before they come to the real market, like new scents of the lip mask that Fenty has. I love the Fenty lip mask and I love their special scents, but my favorite will forever be their OG one. And this year we have chocolate, cacao, I think is this year's name. Yeah, the lip mask this year comes in cacao, so it's chocolatey cacao. I think you say cocoa in English, although it is cacao here in German. But it's chocolatey at the end. Looks interesting or sounds very interesting, so I wouldn't mind that. And what I'm always so tempted by is the Gloss Bomb vaults. This year in the vault are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 items. There are Gloss Bomb Universals and then some Gloss Bomb sticks too. So it's a very weird vault this year. Honestly, the vault is always very exciting to me with the amount of products, but I just know that I will not like all of them, so I can absolutely skip this. There is also a trio this year of 2 Gloss Bomb stacks and then 1 normal Gloss Bomb. That one looks interesting because I haven't tried the stacks yet. It hasn't even landed here in Germany, so even the unicorn shade is not here yet, but I would love to try this. So I'm honest with you, I like their vault items. I like their sets that they do for the holiday time. So I don't say don't buy it, but I'm also saying, especially with the sets, always look for the swatches. Is this really something you want to use? We barely talk about drugstore here, but this time I have to because NYX is coming out with their drugstore line. And this year I did it. I pulled the trigger and bought this little wheel that you see here of the butter glosses. I love the butter glosses, and this is one of the few drugstore items that still live in my head rent-free, although I'm not into drugstore anymore, but this year I bought it. 10 shades of NYX butter glosses, and I see myself using all of them, so I'm very, very excited for these. I used up so many back then, so I think this is something that I will keep here at my work desk and I just use throughout the day. I also want to talk about the products in general. So this wheel of butter glosses, this is 55 euro here. I already ordered it. So that makes it down to 5.50 per gloss, which is, I think, a really good price tag. And now let's talk about this weird ass shaped eyeshadow palette that is just, I don't understand this eyeshadow palette. First of all, this close-up image here looks so edited. It's 100% not the real photograph of the eyeshadow palette. And then you have one, two, three, four. It's a 10-pan palette. And that is 20 euro. We talked about the weird NYX pricing of their products in the in the Controversy Friday last week, where I talked about the NYX, I think it was the Avatar palette back then, that was 50 euro. And here again, we have this super cheap looking eyeshadow palette for 20 euro. And don't get me wrong, I don't think that 20 euro is a lot for eyeshadow palette in general, but just from that image here, you will spend 20 euro on an eyeshadow palette where all the shades will look the fucking same on your eye. So I think this is just a bit too much. There's also like the oils in this collection where they have this like house with 4 lip oils and then 3 of the click oils. That one I'm not really interested in, but again, the wheel with all of these butter glosses, that hit a certain nostalgia in me, so I wanted to have this. Rare Beauty is bringing back now 3 shades that used to be limited edition mini ones in their holiday sets, and now they come back in full sizes. We have Spirited, Adore, and Resilience. I don't know why, but I feel like I have seen these already. I think we reached a point within the Rare Beauty blush line where all the shades start to look the same that they bring out. So there is like really nothing new. I do like the fact that when the stuff is limited and people are, especially from these holiday sets, they are demanding this in a full size, that they do bring this in the full size. So I'm not mad about this. And honest with you, Spirited is a shade I want to have. But I also just know that at some point the Rare Beauty blush is getting decluttered, so I'm skipping. I don't know what is going on with Bobbi Brown. They kind of have this weird mixed stock in their product lines where you have the classic Bobbi Brown stuff that looks very elegant, very luxurious, and you just know, okay, I'm wearing a Bobbi Brown item. Then they have these weird collections, like we're talking Pac-Man. We're talking, what was it Pokemon? No, they didn't collab with Pokemon. They did something else super weird where I was like, huh? And now we have Alice in Wonderland. What is this? What is this collection? And the eyeshadow palette doesn't even resemble the colors of Alice in Wonderland. So I really don't get this. Like, you cannot just take a product, say this is part of the collection, and just print it on top. This is not, in my opinion, how collection works. But maybe I'm just too far away from everything. I mean, at least they took the effort and did some palette pan embossing stuff. But I think this is very, very weird. And just Bobbi Brown in general, the brand is so nothing at this point, in my opinion. If you are using stuff like this, like if you are a Bobbi Brown girl or maybe an Estee Lauder girl, what is it that keeps you stuck to Bobbi Brown? Because I think a lot of the items that I used to kind of look at from Bobbi Brown and be like, I would like to try this, there is just so much better in the market right now. So let me know your thoughts. I'm very curious on that. And I just saw that this was the last post that I have saved. So you see it starts. We have the holiday sets. We have the value sets. You have the weird collections. So it starts, the sun is shining, and I'm so annoyed by that because I am completely into fall mood already. In the night, the temperature goes down here to less than 10 degrees Celsius, and I am so happy about this. I absolutely love this. So, thank you so much for watching. Please share your thoughts on all the new releases. If there is something that you want to hear me talking about, please tag me on Instagram on the product so that I can check them out. Thank you so much for joining. Please make sure to subscribe to miss any of the other upcoming videos or support me on Patreon. Thank you, and I see you very, very soon.